When removing and reinstalling your rear tire, it is important to use the recommended tools and the process we're going to show you here today in order to provide maximum safety when riding. Before performing a rear tire removal, you will need an 18mm wrench, wire cutters to cut zip ties, a 10mm wrench to align the motor with the frame, and 2 zip ties to replace the ones you cut. First, take out your battery to reduce the weight of the e-bike and remove any charge. Once the battery is removed, hold down the M button until the screen turns on, then off to discharge the e-bike. Once these steps are done, carefully take the front of your e-bike and tilt it upside down so that both tires are facing up. Be sure to place a soft object on the floor to protect the display screen and gear shifter on the handlebars. First, you will need to take your wire cutters and snip the zip ties, being careful to not cut the electronic connectors. Then find the largest connector and carefully unplug it. This is the motor connector that you will need to unplug to be able to remove the tire. Once this is done, take your 18mm wrench and take turns loosening the lock nuts on each side. On the left side of the tire, where the derailleur is located, turn the lock nut to the back side of the e-bike to release it. On the right side of the tire, where the brake disc is located, turn the lock nut toward the front side of the e-bike to release it. Once you have loosened both lock nuts, carefully grab the rear tire and remove it from the frame. You will have to extend the derailleur hanger in order to fully remove the tire. When placing the rear tire back on the e-bike, make sure to first insert the motor cable in between both sides of the chain, then make sure that the brake disc is properly aligned with the brake caliper. When seating the tire on the bike frame, make sure that the torque washers are facing up toward you. If you are having trouble aligning the tire axle on the frame, take your 10mm wrench and place it around the brake side end of your motor and rotate the wrench counterclockwise until the motor is fully seated onto the frame. Take your washer and place it on first and then your lock nut. Tighten your lock nuts by hand until you can't anymore. Then take your 18mm wrench and tighten both lock nuts firmly. Once the tire is properly seated and tightened, take your motor connectors and plug them back in, making sure to align both arrows on each connector. Take 2 extra zip ties and place them where the previous ones were. Now that you have reinstalled the tire onto your e-bike, take the front side of your e-bike and tilt it onto its rear tire, slowly letting the rear tire slide back. We hope this video helped you out. Be sure to like and leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see from us next.